Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to show you how to arrange guitar parts. So we're just going to look at this quick little song that I'm in the process of putting together. Still a bit of work to do, but it involves 4 guitar parts really, and then sort of an arranging technique on a 5th guitar part just to make it sit better in the mix, as well as a bass and a drum part. So we'll give it a quick listen, and then we're gonna go and I'll break it down and show you how to get really full, exciting songs by using arrangement and multiple guitar parts in addition to your production techniques. So let's give it a quick listen. All right, so there you go. So this song started out with just a riff, and then I built up the other parts around it to make it sound a lot fuller. So this is where the song started. Actually, it really started with this. So it sort of started with that, and then I created just sort of an intro to add a little more excitement and tension to it. Just some openly strummed E chords, and then sort of a bluesy rock riff based in E, and then there's sort of a walk down here, A, I think G, E, or A, G, F, or something like that. So that's what the song started with, but if you listen to just that and the bass by itself with the drums, it sounds all right, but it sounds hollow almost. You could use this as a starting point for a song, and then, you know, when you get to the second verse or the chorus, more things build up, but I wanted to get there quickly because this is sort of just a short intro. So to add to that, first, to add a little excitement, I started doing almost a palm muted guitar underneath it, which is the one here in gray. And you can hear how they sort of work with each other. This is strumming power chords, just the 1st and the 5th interval, sort of muted under the other chord. And the reason I did it was to create energy and rhythm. And it's panned off to the right, I believe. And so those two working together now create a little bit more movement. Then on top of that, I added these big open versions of the chords. And these aren't played very often. You can see it's 1 strum, 2 strum, 3 strum, but they're more of an accent. They create a tension at certain parts, and they also create a lot of, I think, they fill up more of the sonic spectrum. So sort of what I'm trying to do when I arrange guitars is have something sort of more on the bassy part of the guitar that fills up lower frequency notes, something sort of higher up, and something in the middle to kind of take up the whole spectrum of sound. So you both want to arrange in terms of rhythm and fullness. And so these open chords here, you know, like your typical open chords, they pretty much involve all 6 strings on the guitar, whereas the main riff only involved a couple of strings, and the muted guitar also only involves a couple of strings being played. And so this creates a much bigger feeling to it. And I'll turn off the mute. Not enough, not much overall, but it really adds something in the context. So now I'm gonna just go and play you guys the mix to where we are so far, and sort of show you both with muted and without. You see how much energy it loses when you take out the muted guitar? And there it is without the open chords. It just lacks a certain sparkle, so no open chords here. And now let's bring them back in. Okay, now the next thing I did was create sort of a counterpoint to the main guitar riff, which you'll hear here. You never really want to have more than one melody playing at any one time. You can have a harmony and a melody, or you can have sort of two melodies playing off of each other, and that's sort of what I went with here, and that's the track in green. So we've just got the bass, the drums, and these two guitar parts. It's almost another lead guitar there. But they sort of overlap in this part here. And then you'll hear it come back in over here. And probably what I want to do is slice it here and turn up the volume a bit. I can also just do this on the volume automation, but this creates a little more tension by, you notice there's certain clips, accent marks that I've boosted the volume of. It sounds very obvious there, but when we bring in the full mix, I don't think it will. So here it is. And maybe just a little fade up there. So I would probably, the way this sounds, I'm probably going to do this more with volume automation where I can be more precise instead of clip automation. And then finally, I've got the intro here. And the reason I had to record this as a separate guitar track was just because it overlaps with the other guitar tracks. If you wanted to do this live, it would be, you can get there at 90% of the way, but to really do it right in a recording, you're going to want to have these parts overlap. And then I just doubled it up in the software. So let's listen to that. And so these sort of fade out as the other ones fade in. I still haven't finished the mixing on this song, but let's just listen to the whole thing real quick, and then I'll tell you a couple more tips. So you're also trying to mix the tone of guitars. I said you're going to do that one way by using different chords in different places in the neck, whether it's open chords, closed chords, inversions of chords higher up, but also you want to use different tones, so different amps on different guitars. I just use an amp modeler for that. Different pickups, different strumming patterns, where on the neck you pick. These are all different ways of really making a lot more energy in a song, taking a simple idea and turning it into something that really has sort of drive and attention-grabbing power throughout. So I sort of like to think of it almost like a play or like something at the theater where the spotlight keeps hitting different bits so that throughout the course of the song there's always something interesting popping up, and that's how I like to layer guitar parts. But then you also want to create a lot of energy and a lot of sonic depth. So hopefully this has been interesting. If you've learned something, please like it. If there's some other technique I can share with you, please let me know. Thank you so much, and be sure to subscribe for more great lessons.